Okay, hustlers, so here's my take on FBA versus FBM, or merchant fulfilled. So hang around for the entire video because I don't just talk theory. I love to show numbers. I'm transparent like that. So first of all, what is FBA? What is merchant fulfilled? So of course, we're talking about selling on Amazon. And on this channel, we focus primarily on the arbitrage method, but it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're either doing, if you're selling on Amazon, you're either doing FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, or you're doing FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, or some people just call it MF for merchant fulfilled. Here's what it is. FBA, again, fulfilled by Amazon. That means you send all of your inventory into Amazon's warehouse and they do everything for you. All right, so all you need to worry about is sourcing your inventory however you get it and getting all of that inventory into Amazon's warehouses, and Amazon will do everything for you. Pick, pack, ship, customer service, returns, everything, soup to nuts. You don't have to worry about it. You can focus on just running the business instead of working in the business, versus merchant fulfilled. Merchant fulfilled, or MF, means you're going to do all of that. You have the inventory at your location. You're going to pick, pack, ship. You're going to deal with the returns and the inquiries and customer service and all of that stuff. So now we know what the difference is. Let me just tell you right away. If you're going to do merchant fulfilled, and yes, I do encourage it, you need to embrace the work. All right. There's going to be work, and I don't need to try and lie to you and try to sell you on you not having to do any work. I don't need to do that. I can tell you because this is what I actually do. That's what's so great about being transparent. You can just be honest, and it either resonates with the person or it does not. So we just got to get that out of the way right now. You need to embrace the work. So if you don't want to work, then this isn't for you, okay? And you don't even need to look at merchant fulfilled, because merchant fulfilled is going to require work. Let's get that out of the way. And most people, let's just face it, most people come to Amazon. They're lured in, or they're kind of, leaning towards it because of the advantages of FBA. That's what gets most people in. They hear us, they hear gurus, they hear everybody talking about how sexy it is, how great it is, how you don't have to do anything, how Amazon will do everything for you, and that's a better use of your time. And you don't want to be working in the business, you want to be working on the business, and you gotta this and that, scaling and all of that's all true. That's all true, but you got to understand there are always pros and cons to everything. So let's get to it. Another thing, if you're going to do fulfilled by merchant, and yes, spoiler alert, I do recommend you do some merchant fulfilled. I'm not saying you have to do all merchant fulfilled, but I do recommend you do some. You will need to invest in some equipment, right? So just so we got that out of the way, you're going to have packing tape. You're going to have scales, computer, printer, and most of this stuff you have anyway. But yes, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to invest so that you have a way to get the packages out. You will have to get to the post office, to the UPS store, or like me, have a regular UPS daily pickup account, whatever it may be. You gotta get all of that in there. Now, we're not talking about scaling with this video though, because this channel focuses on beginners, and I think it's very important for a beginner to keep as much money in your pocket as possible starting out. Once you scale, once you've been in the business long enough, when the time is right, then you can get into all of that big boss stuff. But at first, I recommend you get going, learn the business, and keep as much money in your pocket as you can. And speaking on money, let's take a quick look at my account, at my Amazon account. So we're in my Seller Central, and here you can see I've had 6 sales today for $182.20. Nothing crazy. You got to remember, guys, I work a regular job. That's where we're coming from. Can I do better? Yes, but here's what I'm doing. That's all I can talk about. Not potential, not what I should be doing. I show what I'm doing. Okay, for the last 7 days, I've done $6,401.12. And remember that, okay? Let me highlight my cursor. Remember that in a week, in the last 7 days, 6,400. Remember that. Now, in 15 days, $11,978.33 over 411 units. And my running 30-day total is $20,950.01. But remember that 6,400 over the past 7 days. And let me show you why. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at year to date. And you can see what we did last year, $103,000. And here you can see $196,281.63. And remember that 6,400? See, this is going to put us over, most likely. If we keep up with what we showed you, we're going to go over 200,000 in the year. And, you know, if you're looking at the entire year, I just took away last year's, you can kind of follow this graph and you can see where things have been going, just to sort of follow along. But here's my point. Okay, I want to bring us over to another software I use called Inventory Lab. And we're looking at let me open this up for you. We're looking at fourth quarter right here. So that's why you see October, November, and December. And if you look at November, we had a total income of $14,629.16. But here we are in December, and we've already exceeded that. And we got another 10 days. You see what I'm saying? Look at the profit where we were last month. Look at the profit where we are this month. Now, we're talking about merchant fulfilled versus Amazon FBA, and this is important, guys. I'm going to show you this spreadsheet. This is important because when we look at, you're following along the dates. This is all merchant fulfilled for the month of December. You see what a 12 is? All the way down to 115. So we had 114 shipments go out in the month of December. But watch, when we get into November, that's it. When we get into October, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. When we look into September, we didn't have as many. As a matter of fact, watch this. I actually put it out there, the numbers. So back in June, 7 merchant fulfilled orders. July, 14 merchant fulfilled orders. Okay. 13 for August, 19 for September, 4 for October. Like we said, 29 in November, and 114 in December. So my point is this. My point is, I just really started putting a lot more emphasis and focus on merchant fulfilled. And so this is really important because what we're talking about is coming from my recent experience that's happening right now. Okay. What do I mean by that? Watch this. Okay. So here's the deal. Now we start getting into what I have discovered doing merchant fulfilled. We got 5 things we're going to go over real quick and then we're out of here. So just hang tough. Number 1, when we talk about, now here, we're talking about merchant fulfilled versus FBA. Number 1 is time. And I'm talking about how much time from when you source the product that you can make the sale and get it out. Okay. When it comes to merchant fulfilled, the minute you have that item in your possession, you can make it available and you can fulfill it. That's important. FBA sounds great. It really does. And I do it. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but you have to factor in the cost of time. From the time you have the product in your possession Now there's transit time because you got to get it into the Amazon warehouse. And then there's going to be sit time. What do I mean by sit time? The time that is sitting at their warehouse and it has not been offloaded, it has not been inventoried, it is not available for sale. That costs you time. You've heard people say time is money. You've probably said it at some point in your life. Time is money. This is where it comes into play, because when your money is tied up in inventory and the inventory is not available, it can't move. It's not doing you any good. It's not serving you. Number two, profit. And I'm not just going to talk about profit. I'm going to show you. Check this out. There are times where you can make more money on the product when you merchant fulfill. Not all the time. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a product that I sold here recently. Okay. Now watch this. Okay, so here are some items that I just sold. You can see 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. All right, I got them in and they all sold right then and there. All they are is these Airwick scent, whatever. The point is this. Number one, these were all merchant fulfilled. Okay, I got them in my possession on the 18th and they all sold on the 18th. I want you to think about something. Think about this and ask anybody that's doing Amazon, if I had just gotten these on the 18th, which was Friday, and I was going to go FBA, where would they be right now if I was going to go FBA? I got them on Friday. Even if I got them out the door and on the truck on Friday, where would they be today, which is Sunday? Where would they be? They'd be in transit. There's no way they would be already at the warehouse and inventory that quick. This is money right here, guys. Look at these, sold for $31.80 each, and I paid whatever, $11 each, whatever. It's not that it's a ton of money. Okay, the fact is I'm getting that money back that much quicker. You got to understand, it's bad enough. Okay, it's bad enough that Amazon is not a flipping business. It's a cash flow business. In other words, number one, you're only getting your money paid out every 2 weeks. That's bad enough. Now you're going to tack on transit time, sit time. Then I didn't even mention when Amazon does inventory it. I sent 6 units in. They might say, well, let's send 1 unit over here. Let's send 3 units over there to other warehouses. That's further delaying the availability of your inventory. You got to think about that. Does that mean FBA is bad? No, but you have to think about it. Now watch this. And again, this is just in the name of transparency. Okay. Here's that product in the revenue calculator. It's just a free thing you could use to kind of see what kind of profit you can make. This column is merchant fulfilled. This column is Amazon FBA. At the end of the day, I would make a little bit more FBA, right? But if you're just looking at that, you're missing the fact that if we were going FBA, the product would not be sold right now. I wouldn't turn that money that quick. Yeah, I made a couple bucks less, but at the same time, I got the product out of the door. Once you get that product out of the door, now that money's coming back faster so that you can do whatever you need to do with that money. If you need to pull your profit out, if you need to reinvest it, whatever it is that you do with your money when it comes back, you can do it that much quicker. Okay? So, moving on. Now, number 3 is cash flow. Okay, cash flow is, again, what we just talked about. How fast do you get your money back? Amazon ties up your inventory if you're going FBA. If you're built for that, that's great, because like I do some products are better suited for FBA, but you have to understand FBA ties up your inventory, which deals with cash flow. So we talked about time, we talked about number 2, which was profit, That's something you got to figure out on a case by case basis, but you cannot always assume that FBA is better for profit. Sometimes merchant fulfilled, you make more money. It just depends on how heavy the item is. Other factors, you'll figure it out. Okay. Number 3 was cash flow. Number 4, check this out. Stranded inventory. Have you ever heard of stranded inventory? This is where you sent your products into Amazon's warehouses. Now they have control over the products. And then all of a sudden the products aren't selling. You go look and guess what? That inventory is stranded. And I'm not just going to talk to you about theory. So watch this. We're going to show you some of my stranded inventory. Okay? Watch this. This is inventory that I have that's stranded. Why is it stranded? Because Amazon decided we're going to strand it. I got some video games that I need to sell. I had them sent in. I was going to get them out for Christmas, and this is all I get. Listing error. What does that mean? Please contact Seller Central for help troubleshooting or create a removal order, which means get rid of it, okay, at your expense. I don't know the reason why. So what did I do? I opened up a case to contact Amazon. Do you think they've gotten back to me? No, they haven't. Okay. Here's a toaster. They didn't like the price. Potential high pricing error. Okay, Amazon doesn't say, hey, this is what the market will bear. We'll just let it go. No, they say, no, we want it at this price. And if they have control over your inventory, they will do stuff like this. I'm just telling you, this is something you have to think about. This is not what people are telling you when they're saying, oh, you can do FBA and Amazon does everything. They don't say Amazon does everything. And sometimes they'll strand your inventory. Sometimes they'll suppress your listing. Sometimes they'll suspend your listing. They never say that, do they? They just point out all the good things. It's not always good. I'm just trying to tell you, some things that you need to think about. Oh, and finally, number 5. It's not a big issue. It's not a big issue. I'm not downing it, but you have to understand. Amazon will damage your inventory. Anybody that's been doing this business for any length of time can tell you some of your inventory will get damaged. This is life. Things happen and you might not appreciate it. Okay. Amazon will lose inventory. It happens. I'm not just throwing this stuff out here. I've been doing this. So FBA versus merchant fulfill. At the end of the day, what I'm telling you is you should do a hybrid of both. And I think what we're going to end up doing is creating a video so that I can show my process for determining which products are better suited for Amazon FBA and which products are more suited towards merchant fulfilled. That would be a great thing. I think would be an asset for you, because at the end of the day, if you know which ones are better for what, you can make more money. So yeah, that's my take on it. Incidentally, I do all of my sourcing using a software called Tactical Arbitrage. I talk about it all the time. We talked about it yesterday on the live stream. It's another reason to be subscribed so that you can be notified when we go live. We source together and all that kind of stuff. And if you're interested, you don't have to go anywhere. Right on this channel, watch the Lightning course. Watch the Lightning course part 2. It'll teach you everything you need to know before you even sign up for a free 10-day trial using the link down in the description. And again, also, this is very serious, guys. If you want to connect, you can text the words working class hustler to the number on the screen. That is a real number, and I'm a real person, and I answer. I was just on the phone with somebody today, and I'm about to get on the phone with somebody. When you connect with me, if you want to do numbers like me, maybe you're a working class hustler just like me. Maybe you've watched all the motivational videos that talk about the power of masterminding and like minds and get around somebody who's where you're trying to get. This is your chance to do it. This is where you stop watching the videos about it, and this is where you make a move. Have you ever thought to yourself, everything happens for a reason? There is no such thing as a coincidence. The fact that you're watching this video right now, that you went past the 7 minutes that the average person watches my videos, if you're still here watching this, have you ever thought to yourself, maybe there's a reason for that? Everything happens for a reason. Text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. I'm going to get to it as soon as I get to it, because I'm a real person. It's not a robot. I'll respond and say, hey, what's your name, so we can get you saved. Once I get you saved into my contacts, I'll let you know we are officially connected. And from there, you can start asking me questions. I can help you. We can go through text. We can hop on a call if you want coaching, if you want consulting, anything you want. If you just want a friend that's in the business, whatever, just someone associated, you can run a question past, no problem, guys. But I'm telling you, if you're one of these people that watch these videos talking about, masterminding and like minds, and find somebody who's ahead of where you are, and you're not doing anything and you're still watching this video, this is a reason. This is your chance. So do that, and I will see you guys in the next video.